Welcome to Weight Loss from Home, the holistic way. Before going into day number 19, let's recap what we have learned so far. In week 1, we studied the importance of maintaining journal, consuming fruits, conscious breathing, being physically active, and being mindful of our actions, the power of gratitude, and small and frequent meals. In week number 2, we studied how complex carbohydrate can help us lose weight and how being cheerful always without a reason can actually um, optimize our hormones action, and the power of self-talk in the way of affirmations, how do they help in weight loss, and how by consuming more number of vegetables in different forms helps in weight loss, and how fear keeps our fat stay put in our body, and exercising our free will, the power of our subconscious mind, how you can reprogram, and the importance of having quality sleep. And week number 3, the first one we discussed is the power of meditation or having the quality me time and consuming good quality protein and not to react, right, not to judge people or not to judge situations. And last yesterday we discussed the importance of consuming protein in the form of milk. We should aim for at least 2 servings of milk per day. So let's get to today's lesson, day number 19, red olives. So what do I mean by red olives and why there is red wine and there are olives? Let's see what they are going to teach us in this lesson. I would like to start with this story. There is a researcher and who is doing a research on a frog. And uh, he, he wanted to test how far a frog can jump. So he kept the frog at the starting point and had his markings, distance markings, and he gave a mild shock and said jump, and the frog jumped. He noted down the distance, and again he gave the shock and said jump, and this time he cut off one of its legs. It is able to jump only half of the distance, and then he cut second one and asked the frog to jump, and still it is able to do only 1/4 of it. Then he repeated it with third and removed the fourth one also, and every time he is noting down. And after cutting the fourth leg, and he gave the shock and asked the frog to jump, so the frog didn't move. So the reading that he note on his notepad is, if you cut off 4 limbs of a frog, the frog becomes deaf. Okay. Unfortunately, this is how we are behaving when it comes to fats and oils. So today's lesson is all about fats and oils. So when it comes to olive oil, and this olive oil comes from Mediterranean region. People living in that region in Europe and in some parts of US, they follow this particular diet. And recently in US, it is a recent phenomenon. They follow this particular kind of diet, and people realized that okay, there must be something magical about olive oil, and everyone in the world started using olive oil. Let's see what it is and the facts in that. We know that in food guide pyramid all foods are arranged into 6 groups. We studied all of them: cereals, millets, vegetables, fruits, milk and milk products, and protein group. We covered all of them, and the last group is fats and oils. And in the pyramid, the 6th group, that is fats and oils, is on the top. The reason why it is on the top means the foods that are on the top should be consumed in lesser quantity, and coming down you should gradually increase the quantity. So that means cereals and millets should form our major component of our food plate. As we studied that each level of the food pyramid gives out a specific nutrient, carbohydrate, protein, and this particular top floor gives us a nutrient known as fat, and fat also gives us energy. It is stored form of energy, and when arranged in food plate, so the fats take usually very less space. So the fats and oils, we don't consume them as such, but we use them in cooking and preparation. So one thing that really surprises me is the use of olive oil in countries like India. Okay, I don't see any reason, okay, for consuming olive oil in India. So if you take simple peanut, which you will get it for 100 rupees, compare it to 1500 a kg of olive oil or extra virgin oil. So both of them, they are 100% fat. Fat is same. There is nothing. I mean, since both of them are coming from plants, there is no cholesterol. And what else benefit you have is, what I see is even vitamin E, micronutrients. Vitamin E is almost like same. The only thing that we have access in olive oil is vitamin K, okay, and some other micro nutrients. So except for that, I don't see any particular reason. The point that I consider that people blatantly miss or become very deaf and dumb, blind to the fact is how Mediterranean people eat their food. Okay, if you see the bottom of the picture, most of them, they are being physically active. And if you look at the European countries, especially the Greece and all the areas, the Spain, the Portugal and Germany, all these areas, if you look at their lifestyle, most of them are physically active. Football is like a religion to them. So even you see people who are in 60s and 70s, they play football, and they have the habit of eating together. Okay, and if you look at the composition of their meal, majority of them every day they have their fruits, their vegetables and whole grains, apart from herbs and spices. Okay, all of them are consumed on everyday basis. And when it comes to meat, they are consuming aqua food. Okay, so fish and seafood which are rich in omega 3, that is the next preferred one. When it comes to the meat, they hardly take once or twice in a week, and that too poultry, egg and dairy. Okay, and they hardly eat any red meat, very limited consumption. We don't consider all of them to be playing an important role, but we see that since this Mediterranean diet, they are using olive oil, there must be something great with olive oil. We already studied when we studied fruitless life that if certain foods are grown in a certain geographical area, the people living in that area, they have, they require the nutrients coming from certain that kind of food. Okay, that is the nature's design. We don't have to go against the nature. Whatever is available for you, I mean, we saw the example of dates and we saw the example of coconut. Why coconuts are grown only in the seashore? Because there is a lot of humidity and people lose water and minerals. That is why we see coconuts on the tropical areas where there is a lot of humidity and people lose water and minerals in the form of sweat. So it makes sense for people living in that Mediterranean region to consume olive oil for them. If groundnut oil, gingerly oil, or what is this, mustard oil or palm oil is available to you in plenty, better you use them. You don't have to go for this expensive oils. So we are becoming deaf and blind when it comes to oil. Healthy food need not be costly. If it is costly, it is not healthy for you. And as I said, most of the time we lose our common sense when it comes to our food. I mean, one of my friend used to joke a lot that common sense is not common. I'll give you another example before I conclude the lesson. And people in Europe, especially in the country like Paris and all, so they consume lot of red wine, and they are the people who have less incidence of heart disease, and their eating habits are similar to Western countries like US, um, and still they're unable to figure out what could be the reason. And when they studied, both foods are similar, eating habits are similar and all. Only thing that is changing is red wine, and they studied red wine extensively, and they have decided that red wine is protective in nature when it comes to heart disease. That's why they are having less cardiac events. So unfortunately, that is not the case. I mean, that is not, as far as I am concerned, that's not what I see is the sole reason for less cardiac incidents. See, what happens, I mean, so far we studied the role of mind, our emotions and our thoughts, our behaviors, our brought up, everything, starting from laughter therapy to meditation to breathing, and not to hold on to negative emotions, and all these things, how do they affect our health? We studied extensively in these 19 days. If you, I mean, Paris is also called the city of love. Okay, people there, they live a carefree life. They are not bothered about what other person thinks. That means emotionally they are more expressive. They don't hold on to anything. That's why their hearts are healthy. I see that as the main reason, not the red wine. So people who drink only red wines, they still suffer with heart disease, provided their heart is not open. And another component of this top of the pyramid, the sixth group, is refined carbohydrates and free sugars. So when I say free sugar, it is glucose. So why free sugars and refined carbohydrates should be limited or avoided completely? When you consume foods that are high in refined carbohydrate means there is no other micronutrient, there is no protein, there is no fiber in that. You take the potato chips or the burgers and all this stuff that you eat, french fries, pizzas or donuts, anything you eat, or the fries or colas, chocolates, ice creams, they give you instant energy. They give you only sugar. That means empty calories. There is no other nutritive value. Why do you think people are addicted to this particular junk food? So because it is sugar, and unless and otherwise you use that sugar with some physical activity, it is converted into fat, obviously. So the cravings for this junk food is a learned behavior. Okay, it is learned behavior. It is learned behavior, means there is a possibility that we can unlearn this behavior and relearn healthy behaviors. And the body, there is a craving for sugar. Why? Only because we are under chronic stress. When you are stressed out, you want to change your mood and you want energy, and that energy comes is required instantaneously. That's why people crave for this sugar. Okay, so if some people, you find some people suffering with sweet tooth or craving for this kind of chocolates, ice creams, colas, or refined carbohydrates like biscuits and bakery items, cakes, pastries, burgers, remember that they are experiencing chronic stress in their life. Okay, so that is a sign. So what is the exercise number 19 for us? I don't find fault with you consuming food that tastes good. Alright, alright. Say for example, dark chocolate. You want to have dark chocolate, or you want to have that cake on your birthday. I'm not asking you to stop it, but just ask yourself, am I in a position to take this extra load on my body? How is it helping my health goal? Just take that moment, because that particular question, every time you ask, you take certain food and consume it. You take a guava or a banana or some papaya and you are eating, you know what it is going to do. You take a kaju barfi, or you take a laddu, or you take a gulab jamun, right? Jamun or anything, any sweet dish or sweet item, okay, or a chocolate or an ice cream. Ask yourself, how is it helping my health goal? First ask that question, and then if you still think that you crave for that, go ahead, but remember, only you have to answer for that calories. So this is for day number 19, and I see you all on day number 20, that is tomorrow, and have